Have you ever seen a crow riding a homemade sled on a snow-covered roof? Or deliberately placing nuts under the wheels of cars so that they crush the hard shells? This is not a fairy tale. These are real examples of the extraordinary intelligence of these blackbirds, which we often underestimate. Crows are not just smart birds, but creatures with intelligence comparable to that of apes. Their behavior sometimes truly amazes scientists and forces them to rethink the boundary between the human and animal worlds. One of the most impressive abilities of crows is the manufacture and use of complex tools. New Caledonian crows are the only known animals other than humans that not only use but also make hooks from twigs. They remove the bark, sharpen the end, and use this tool to extract larvae from crevices. Moreover, crows remember successful tools and store them for future use. These birds understand cause and effect. In one famous experiment, a crow figured out that to get a piece of meat floating in a flask of water, it needed to throw stones into it. The bird realized that the water level would rise and purposefully threw heavy objects, ignoring light ones. Perhaps even more impressive is the ability of crows to plan for the future. Swedish scientists have proven that crows are able to set aside a tool they will need tomorrow and can even exchange a token with a human for food the next day. This indicates the presence of episodic memory and the ability to plan, which were previously considered exclusively human traits. Crows have also passed the mirror test, which is considered an indicator of self-awareness. They used reflections to find and remove paint applied by scientists to their feathers. This proves that they understand that they see themselves in the mirror, not another bird. The social life of crows is no less interesting. They have their own dialects. Crows from different regions speak differently. Their cawing can vary in tone, duration, and complexity depending on the area. Chicks pick up the accent of their parents, forming unique language communities. The ability of crows to hold grudges and pass them on to their offspring is particularly striking. If a scientist catches and rings a crow during an experiment, the bird will remember his face and will caw loudly, chasing him away, even years later. Moreover, it will teach its relatives and chicks that this person is dangerous. Thus, entire generations of crows can hate a specific person they have never seen. Crows are capable of deceiving each other. They often make hiding places for food. And if one bird notices that another is watching it, it may pretend to hide food in one place, but actually hide it in another when no one is looking. This strategy requires an understanding that other beings have their own thoughts and intentions, a complex cognitive ability called theory of mind. The funeral rituals of crows are extremely interesting. When a crow finds a dead relative, it often makes special alarm calls that attract other crows. They can sit silently around the body for hours. There is a hypothesis that this is how they study the circumstances of death in order to avoid similar dangers in the future. Some observations suggest that crows may even bring twigs or other objects and leave them next to the deceased, demonstrating something similar to mourning. Crows also show unexpected abilities for entertainment. They have been seen sliding down snow-covered roofs on their backs, holding a piece of bark or plastic in their claws as if it were a sled. This is one of the few documented instances of playful behavior in animals that is not directly related to immediate benefit. Such behavior indicates a high level of intelligence and a need for mental stimulation. They also use humans and other animals for their own purposes. There are known cases of crows throwing nuts onto the road so that cars would crack them open, and then waiting for the green light to safely retrieve the kernels. They can also follow packs of wolves or other predators to feast on the leftovers of their banquet. The world of crows is a world of cunning strategists, curious inventors, and creatures with a rich social life. Their intelligence continues to amaze scientists, forcing them to rethink the boundaries between humans and the animal world. The more we learn about these black birds, the more we understand how arbitrary the boundary between human and non-human intelligence is. Crows remind us that intelligence can develop in different ways and take different forms, but remain just as complex and impressive. Perhaps this is why in many cultures crows were considered mystical creatures, mediators between worlds and bearers of wisdom. Nature knows how to surprise. What do you think? Write in the comments and subscribe to the channel.